There's a pleasure in the pathless woods. There's a rapture on the lonely shore. There is society where none intrudes, by the deep sea and music in its roar. I love not man the less, but nature more. So, hello there, after all. Let's begin this new YouTube channel that I'm going to start, the Atlas of Atta. There's no right or wrong way of doing this. I've heard I have actually... You know what? I just don't know what I'm doing. That's the first thing, let's be honest. And the second thing is, like, I have already shot like millions of videos. Like, this is probably the 10th first episode that I'm doing, and I'm extremely tired of it. I don't even know what something that doesn't exist yet, something that probably only like 10 of my friends is going to watch, gives me this much anxiety. But that's okay, because as the classic storytelling techniques go, I will just do some voiceover with lots of b-rolls in it, and it does become a little bit easy this way, and with a good music indeed. And on this episode, I will tell you guys about how I moved from big and boisterous city of Barcelona to a small yet quite picturesque village somewhere in the north of Spain. And the journey was possible thanks to Daniel, a really good friend of mine who was on vacation back then and who drove me in his car. Because yours truly here does not know how to drive a car, let alone have a license. North, where the only thing fair is getting. Thank God he was on vacation, because otherwise I would not have known how would I move here with my bicycle, with my screen, 2 of my computers, lots of like endless camera gears, and this is empty, but drone gears, you know, like lots of endless shit that videographers purchase and get broke. Thank you, Daniel. Naturally, during the drive, we had lots of amazing views and some unexplored towns that neither of us had ever heard of before, but we didn't have time enough for exploration this time. And we stopped in a small village on the way to have dinner, and it was a local restaurant with lots of elderly people in it, and it was both weird and very authentic at the same time. It looked somehow very real, lots of memories in it. And the weather was so clean because we were already in the mountains, and almost no trace of any pollution. We arrived to our destination around 2 a.m, so we had to bother the landlord to wake up and give us the keys. He was very generous about that. And then we just fell asleep because we were very tired. For the first 2 days it was a bit rainy, which was quite expected because the north of Spain is famous for being the gloomiest region, with lots of rain. But at the same time, thank you global warming, there is sunshine almost daily, and it's mid-October. I like it, but according to the locals it should not be that way, so I don't know. The life here feels much more natural, maybe that is the word. There are lots of stray cats as well. We paid a visit to some of the local coffee shops here, in one of which Daniel felt a little bit too enthusiastic to take the coffee spoon with him. Don't tell him I said that.
And we went to the only shopping mall that the village has. It is quite big for the size of the place and the number of population here. But it is a blessing. We saw When You're Everything aisle, and I knew I found the perfect place for me. My last months in Barcelona, I used to wake up with a burdened chest. The life somehow had become such a burden to bear. It felt like kindness and love, even the sense of adventure had vanished from the world. The one thing I was left with was the duty to stay alive. My emotions were just too much all over the place, dispersed, and all of them too loud all at once. I can't even remember how fast I used to be back when I moved there, how fast I could take in all the influx of stories and happenings and people and constantly changing environment. Yes, it was difficult as of late. I'll one day tell you all about it when the healing is done and the pain becomes a story. And it shall become that for sure. Because things change. And change is one of the most therapeutic phenomena out there. And amongst all the nature, peace and silence and newness of the place, it finally feels a bit easier to wake up in the mornings. Every morning I make coffee and enjoy the amazing view from my kitchen. Mist above the mountains is a nourishing view. Let's change the location a little bit. I call this the recovery period for me here, but you cannot deny the fact that wherever you go, however far you try to escape, you cannot really escape your thoughts, your identity, your stories, and especially the memories, because memories, they are our identities, right? And these days I am trying to make peace with my past, with everything that has happened to me. It is difficult. It is not easy. Even the clarity, when it's quite much in front of you, when you can even just like lean on and just like attain it, it is scary, because clarity shows the truth, and your truth sometimes is a little bit disappointing towards yourself, so the acceptance itself is very difficult. But I will take action. I will finally start realizing and working to create the Atlas of Atta series to show you all the madness, the adventures, and all the lessons I have learned throughout the places I've been, things I've seen and done, and people I've met. I am finally ready to open up my diaries, my 13 years of journaling, and tell you everything I have never told so far. With all the aesthetics of the map my story has drawn. My atlas. Adventures, misadventures, ventures of my life. What do you think? Are you up for a ride with me? And yes, stay tuned for more, because more is coming. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on our next videos, next episodes.